topic is on order and disorder. Order and disorder is quite an abstract topic, as in different contexts it could mean different things. In the example of my observation, Boon-Lay bus interchange, when I was there, I saw that some areas of the interchange, there were people walking around like aimless flies, and others chattering on and on. It was a noisy and messy place, making the place seem as if like a wet market. However, in other areas, people were lining up orderly, waiting to board the next bus. Even when the queues drawn on the ground was getting too short to hold a queue, people would form a snake-like queue to prevent the queue from breaking. All in all, people were being rather civil and well-mannered. Many places like this exist in Singapore, where you see a mixture of order and disorder at the same time. However, seeing this really made me confused, as before seeing it in person, the popular belief that I also believed in was that order and disorder are opposing sides of the coin. They cannot exist at the same time, at the same place, and definitely not in such a harmonious state. They should disrupt one another in some way or another. However, in reality, at the bus interchange, order and disorder coexisted at the same time and harmoniously. This disorder did not disrupt the efficiency of the interchange, and nothing was done to change it. This really shocked me. Upon seeing this, I decided to do more research into the topic of order and disorder, mainly on the relationship it has on our society and how it shapes the society we live in. After doing some research, I came across my source one, which was Order and Disorder, Anthropogenic Studies by Beckman and Perry in 2007. The book mainly looked at the context of Ottoman's rule in Turkish Trabzon in 1461. What happened was that Ottoman's empire's effort at creating order by centralizing the society disrupted societal norms of the locals and caused disorder within the community. Rather than strengthening governance, this disorder created within the community forced new societal adaptations of local politics. This event showed that this order is not purely destructive, but can also drive social and political change. Even though this source is dated, it is still quite relevant in Singapore today. When COVID-19 hit, migrant workers in dormitories experienced severe outbreaks, exposing vulnerabilities in Singapore's labour and housing policies. This disruption, in turn, caused the policies on migrant workers' norms to be revised, improving living conditions and healthcare for these migrant workers. Through this event, this order was present in the sense that it broke the norms within the migrant workers, which in turn caused a new state of order to be enforced, showing the cyclical nature of order and disorder. Similarly, in a journal article, Functional Forms from the Symmetry Between Order and Disorder in 2021 by Dennis Noble, a biologist and physiologist, examines the relationship between order and disorder from the perspective of biological systems. He provided a visual framework for understanding how order and disorder coexisted in different complex systems, showing that both order and disorder can coexist in every moment in our biological system. It allows adaptation and evolution. It is fundamental in development. Just like how people would get sick and recover, this in turn strengthens our immune system and allows our body to adapt to the environment better. All sources discuss the relationship between order and disorder, where Beckman mainly argues that order and disorder have a cyclical relationship, where one may end up causing the other to form, showing the non-opposing relationship between the two with social context. Whereas Noble tries to explain the order and disorder coexist at any moment to maintain a working system. Personally, I feel that the balance between order and disorder is important for any system to function efficiently. In the context of Singapore society, where Singapore's urban planning and governance have occasionally caused social tensions. However, this disorder in turn led to policy adaptations, such as initiatives to preserve cultural heritage in developed areas. Singapore's government actively balances order and disorder within the community by continuously revising policies to meet the needs of the society, demonstrating that a rigid system is unsustainable and change is necessary for societal growth. In conclusion, I believe that the relationship of order and disorder from the point of society, where order is what people within the society tries to maintain, and disorder uses the loopholes within to break existing order, only for a new type and stronger order to form. They coexist everywhere around us, and only through accepting and adapting to different types of order and disorder can there be a balance between both within a healthy society, allowing societal growth in the long term. Thank you for listening to my presentation.